Hey guys, this is my EDL 856 case study, Parental Apathy. First of all, the problem and identification and analysis. What we know, Mrs. Rose is in her first year as an administrator. She's the assistant principal at John F. Kennedy School. We know that school community relations are an issue and they were noticed 4 months into the school year. We also know JFK School has no PTA or PTO organizations or associations. The school has limited program with little contact or involvement with stakeholders in regards to school community relations or community stakeholder involvement. Concerns have been discussed with the principal. He has displayed limited encouragement, and he also perceives the parent apathy. That is what he believes, and that is basically from phone calls with parents and meetings with parents. We do know that the school sent a letter home with students regarding development of parent involvement, and that was sent on a Friday, and the meeting was to take place on that next Monday. We also know that the principal did not want a PTA or PTO organization to be formed, and that basically he would just like for a parent advisor group to be established. What we need to know, there's quite a few things that I would like to know. Number one, what is the district policy regarding school community relations? Is there a district policy? If there is, when was the last time was it that it was evaluated? What district or school organizations are established, such as site council or booster club, and are any of those organizations involved with the school when it comes to school community relations? What strategies have been previously implemented to boost stakeholder involvement? Was there an experience that the principal had with the community that went wrong? What has got him to the point that he does not want that much involvement from the community? What are the district's communication methods? In regards to how do we most effectively communicate with them? I hope it's definitely not sending a letter home with students consistently. Are community leaders known? Who are the community business leaders? Are they involved in any way with the school? Is technology efficiently used to communicate within and outside of the school? How do the teachers communicate with each other? How does administration communicate with students? How does administration communicate with everyone else within the school? How do teachers communicate with students? Those are things we'd like to know. What programs have teachers developed to involve stakeholders? What are teachers doing in the classroom? And how do teachers communicate best with their students and to parents? And then what is the reason for not allowing the formation of a PTA or PTO? I'm kind of curious why that is. Also, what is the parent-teacher conference structure? I'd like to know what our parent involvement rates are with that, and if any strategies have been implemented to improve those. And then last, what size of school are we dealing with? What are the student demographics? That's information I'd like to know so I can better understand the community and the school. The stated problem, for me, there are multiple issues associated with this scenario. The current situation regarding the parents' meeting displays an underlying issue with JFK School. It's that the school does not utilize efficient methods of communication with stakeholders. The school does not have a school community relations policy that we can see that is implemented or even practiced to encourage stakeholder involvement in school outreach programs. And then lastly here, the situation with the 8 parents that showed up for a parent involvement meeting needs to be handled with care and professionalism. My plan of action, first of all, the meeting with the parents with the letter that was sent home has to be handled immediately and professionally. As an assistant principal, I would continue the meeting with the 8 parents that showed up, just so that we want to start the development process of this committee or organization or whatever it might turn into. So the people that showed up deserve our time, and we need to communicate with them what our feelings are towards this, and we also need to listen to them and value what they have to say as well, and listen so that we can improve the current situation with the school and community relations. So I would continue that meeting and then evaluate and reflect on what we learned from it the next day. Next, I would meet with my principal to form a school community relations committee. This would include staff members, administration, even possibly a couple students and parents, and hopefully a couple business leaders. Next, we would need to evaluate the district school community relations um, with a qualitative survey. I would do this so I could gather some perceptual data from all stakeholders. That way we could understand how they are feeling in regards to school and community relations and what might be able to be improved, maybe what the underlying issue is. Next, I would develop a school community relations policy that would be developed by our committee and then presented to the school board for approval. And we would definitely include on there new methods for communication, whether that included technology such as email, all-call system, or applications to be used with technology. And that would be a two-part. I think there's two parts that need to be involved with the policy. Number one would be relationship building with community leaders and business leaders, and that should be on the administration initially. That can be done with a coffee hour, just any kind of opportunity giving the community a stage to talk with administration. Next would be an outreach program which could involve businesses in our community to allow students to participate in internships or on-job learning experience. And the next of that part would be involving the media, communicating with media to display what our school is doing well and the successes of our students. The second part of this would be to improve our parent conference structure. I would like to change that to advisory nights. I believe that would improve parent participation and also give them more hands-on. They would be more hands-on when it came to the future of their children. And then lastly, there open houses. I would like to start implementing some project-based learning or cross-curriculum learning, and then display that to the public and invite them in and have some open houses to display what our students are doing really, really well. And then last, I would evaluate the progress with the School Community Relations Committee, and this would most likely involve another survey so we can gather some more data to improve further. How am I promoting the success of all students? First of all, communication through technology. With the technology, we'll provide students with new ways to communicate, not only with each other to collaborate, but with teachers and people outside of the school as well. And then communicating with media provides the school an opportunity to display the amazing students we have and the successes that they are experiencing and what they're doing well through multiple activities and the curriculum. Next, we're collaborative learning opportunities with the community. By establishing those outreach programs, we're giving our students the opportunity to learn on-job training, learn different crafts and skills, and see if a career would really interest them as they continue their education. And the next, improve student academic planning. I really believe in advisory programs. It gives the students some autonomy when it comes to discovering what they want to do when they get older. Helps them plan their classes as they go through high school so they can build towards their goals academically. And through these programs, students are able to discover maybe new interests they've never experienced before and maybe something they'll enjoy doing as they graduate and go to college. Next, I was feeling pretty confident in my ability to promote successful change because of, just coming out of an administrative program, and the school community relations class was one of my last ones. I think that the school is highly responsible for the relationship between them and the community. I also think that communication methods are unequitable. Sending a letter home with students to communicate with parents is decades old, so that needs to be improved. Then I felt the principal needed to help promote the survey better to understand the community for himself. I think his perceptions are off the mark and inaccurate, and I think involving him more and trying to pursue some of the policy changes or development of a policy would improve his perception. And then I felt the parents want to be involved. Even though just 8 parents showed up, that still shows me that parents want to be involved in their students' education and see what we can do to improve the school. And then I valued the parents that showed up to the meeting. I thought that it takes time out of their lives to come to school to try to develop something that's not even established to help our students. And then I was wondering why the principal does not want a PTA or PTO meeting. Reflection of Standard 4, Component 1, we're going to, with the implementation of technologies for communication, the surveyed students for perceptual data implementation of student advisory program, and proceeding with parental involvement, meaning we're all promoting the success of students through those things, getting them experience with new technologies. Their opinions are valued as well, so we need to understand how they're feeling and thinking. And then the advisory program will definitely help them by providing them some autonomy in their education. And then parent involvement will always improve students because parents want what's best for their students. The well-being of students, we're going to improve that by providing learning opportunities within the community for them. They can be more involved with the community in that way and maybe learn some things and help our community. Advisory program for interest discovery. Once again, the advisory program, I think, will improve students' well-being by, fostering their love of what they like to do and giving them opportunities to learn those careers. And then displaying student successes through media and open houses, to show the students we care about what they're doing, and showing pride through their work is important. And then last year, Component 3, outreach programs. It just provides a stage for stakeholders to communicate effectively with the school, and involving community and business leaders in the school, and open houses. That is all beneficial for all stakeholders involved. Here are my resources, and then a quote at the end. Alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. And I think that speaks volumes right there of how important the school community relations are, and the tremendous job that we as future administrators have, and the responsibility that we have to develop those relationships and foster positive relationships for the benefit of our students. I've really enjoyed working with you guys in this class. I've learned quite a bit. Good luck in your guys' future endeavors, and we'll see you later.